Well, good afternoon, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this weekend's weather as much as you hated last week's weather. Well, it's looking awfully nice out there. Made it well into the 70s today, but now the moisture, the humidity is coming back, and that's keeping temperatures warm and bringing back clouds. You can see partly to mostly cloudy conditions all across the coastal bend right now, and we made it up to 79 degrees today, 7 degrees above normal for this time of the year. After a morning low of 47, look at your peak wind. 38 miles an hour. It was really howling earlier today, right out of the southeast. And that brings us to your boating and beach forecast for tomorrow. Look at these numbers here. After a cold front comes through tomorrow, and that'll be about 4 a.m. by the way, north wind at 15 to 25 knots. That's going to make for choppy to occasionally rough bays and seas at 3 to 5, maybe even 6 feet. Now, that also makes for a high only in the lower 60s. Water temperature out there is only 52 degrees, and we do have a small craft advisory 6 a.m. till noon tomorrow, and this is where that is in effect all along our coastal waters there, including the inland bays and waterways. So let's take a look at the big picture. Here's that front that's coming. Look at that southeast wind pouring moisture in to our area, and you can see the heavy bank of cloud cover over us, and that's in the overnight areas. That's where that sea fog is going to be rushing in during the evening hours. Temperatures right now, well, you can see the difference. 50 at Amarillo, 57 there in Lubbock. And as you move on across the frontal boundary, now you got 70s over much of the state, and still 78 degrees down in Laredo. So there is some warm air there as a little bit of humidity. We were still at 80 degrees in Hebronville right now, and you can see the much cooler air along the coastal zones, and that's as a result of the interaction with the very cool sea surface temperature. You can see the lower 50s there, and you can also see the much higher moisture content along the immediate coastline. And that's the development of that sea fog scenario when that southeast flow goes over the cool surface, and that moisture in the atmosphere condenses to saturation, and that fog develops and rolls on in and knocks those visibilities down to essentially zero during the overnight and early morning hours. We'll make it down to 50 degrees tomorrow morning after the front comes through, and then only recover into the upper 60s to lower 70s tomorrow. So it makes about a 10-degree difference between yesterday, or between today and tomorrow after that front comes blasting through here. We're going to have some pretty strong winds in the morning, but they'll back down quite a bit in the afternoon. And by Tuesday, you're already back into southeasterly flow and a warming trend. So it's a very quick transition from this front coming through, a few little frontal showers in the early morning hours tomorrow, that high pressure settling in, and then shifting to the east with southeast flow coming in as early as Tuesday. Here's our next front. We'll see that by Thursday morning. So it's a very rapid transition of things happening here. We got those little showers coming through, only a couple hundredths of an inch of rain, but one disturbance after another, what we call a progressive pattern. We've got a lot of things going on here, but finally we're going to end up with not very much rain and very little cold air. What we're going to be seeing is a kind of a coolish day tomorrow, but a nice warming trend through midweek. Scattered showers with that next front on Thursday, isolated showers Friday and Saturday.